You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Mike Peters from Cancerbats. Thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what do you do in Cancerbats?
I'm the drummer.
Nice.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started playing drums, and have you been in any other bands?
Um, I was 11 when I started playing drums. So it's been over 30 years now.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, I've played in lots of bands. I played in my first band that did anything was Figure Four, which was I played in with Jeremy and Andrew from Comeback Kid.
Nice. Yeah,
Um,
I know Jeremy and Andrew really well. They're really cool.
yeah, they're awesome. They're still really great friends. Um, and Yeah, so we were in that band. I joined with Andrew when we were like 16 years old. And then by the time the the other members of the band were a little bit older. And so as soon as we got out of high school, we basically started touring. And
Nice.
here we are, still at it.
Nice. So
Yeah.
yeah, I saw you guys in Baltimore when you opened for GWAR.
Yeah.
What is it like touring with GWAR?
It's awesome. It's
Nice.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are
Go ahead. So this is my GWAR shirt,
amazing.
and it was white, and now it's orange. So
Yeah.
we saw them once in the fest in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
Oh yeah, awesome.
their blood was like pink more at fest, I think,
Okay.
because my skin was like dyed like reddish pink. It seems like this time it's more orange.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
wonder that was the last show of the tour, so I wonder if maybe either they were trying to get rid of everything, so they were like dumping extra powder into their mixtures,
Maybe.
or maybe they were running low, so it was a little less or something.
Yeah.
I
Hi.
don't know.
So sorry I interrupted you. What's it like touring with GWAR?
Um, it's I mean it's amazing. It's not like any other like just tour that we do with bands, with hardcore or metal bands or punk bands. It's like theater, so
Yeah.
you have to really like make sure you're staying out of their way and very like, we'd make sure to get our gear out of the way as fast as we could, and you're always kind of like, because once they're in those costumes, like we would finish and then they would be already in the costumes getting ready to go on stage, but they're so, their mobility is limited because of all this giant stuff they're wearing, so you have to
Yep.
be really like careful around them. But the guys in the band and all their crew and everyone are just really, really sweet people, fun to hang out with, inspiring to watch, like their work ethic. I mean, they're coming up on 40 years of being a band, and just to watch them do that night after night for a month
Yeah.
is amazing. Yeah.
Um, so the guitarist that was on stage, right? I think I know he came down to the barrier and he was like playing guitar,
Yeah.
and like his guitar was like up against me. It was kind of nuts. Like we were kind of, I was kind of sandwiched in between the bod, like my arm over here was like kind of sandwiched between his guitar and the crowd.
Amazing.
It was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Um
Kind of just stick my hand out and just go ding and just all crazy. I mean, I wouldn't do that because that's you don't do that. But
yeah.
I
He's
was I was having intrusive thoughts to do that.
right. Yeah, that was I'm assuming that was Grodius Maximus. Was it um was it the guy with the big teeth, or was it the guy with like kind of really gnarly looking face?
So I know it's the one that doesn't have I know it's not Balzac the Jaws of Death.
Okay, yeah. So that guy Grodius Maximus, that's his character.
Yeah.
Uh, he's brand new to the band, and he's the young blood in the band that's
Oh.
jumping off the stage. And
How old is he?
uh, he's probably, I don't know,
30?
30 or something like that. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Where the rest of the guys are in their mid to late 50s. So
Yeah. Balzac the Jaws of Death, like I saw that red Telecaster guitar with like the screen that had effects built in. I
yeah,
really want that because that is awesome.
yeah. It's called a Chaos Pad.
I need to write
And
that. I've been trying to find it for so long.
yeah,
Wait.
for sure. Yeah, it's super
Chaos
cool.
pad?
Yeah, it's called a Chaos Pad.
So is it like a signature GWAR guitar?
I don't know if that one is or not, but I know that like I think I've seen them in other guitars. You know, it's not just a Balzac thing.
I saw it was a Schecter. I saw the headstock.
Yeah, yeah. They all play Schecters, I believe.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of them came out and murdered your singer, which
hmm
was that every night of the tour, or was it just because it was like the last night of the tour?
It was just because the last night of tour. Yeah, we had this. So um, Cancerbats has been using Metallica's "From Whom the Bell Tolls" as like our intro music for well over a year at this point.
And
And
then
we actually kind of stole the idea from GWAR because we toured with them uh in 2012, and they would play Black Sabbath War Pigs, as their intro music.
yeah,
And we were like, well, that's cool. We should just use like an old metal song, a banger to get people pumped up. Um,
you guys
so we
covered
started.
it, right?
What's that?
Didn't you guys play War Pigs, or was it another band?
We did, yeah. So what happened was, Fuming Mouth joined the tour halfway through the tour, and the first day they covered "From Whom the Bell Tolls" as their last song, and then we were like, "Oh, that's our intro music," and we were like, "Are you still cool if we play it? Because you guys just played it. Is that weird?" And they were like, "No, that's awesome." So every night, Fuming Mouth would finish with "From Whom the Bell Tolls," and then we would put it on 20 minutes later as
Yeah,
our intro music. And then we have a uh Black Sabbath cover band called Bat Sabbath.
yeah.
So we know
Same.
how to play we know how to play War Pigs pretty well. So
So
uh
it's like the band before plays a song, and then the next band opens with it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I got this phone call one day about midway through the tour, or like midway through having Fuming Mouth and this happening, and it's the GWAR tour manager, and he's like, "Hey, Mike," it's like, "the last show of tour, you guys have to play War Pigs." And then and then he's like, "Cause Fuming Mouth does it, and then we do it. You guys got to do it." And I could hear all of GWAR in the background on the phone laughing, like all these guys like, "Ha ha ha! Ha, it'll be hilarious!" Ha! And it's like, "Yeah, sure." Like
You only
that'd
do
be
it.
awesome.
You only do it that night.
We only did it that night. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. So, who was on the other half of the tour? Like third band.
It was a band called X Cops. That's it's like, I think like four of the members of GWAR.
Oh,
Yeah, it's basically GWAR. It's their other band, and they dress up like cops,
I love.
and they had a whole bunch of skits involved, and they actually had Ryan and Paul, who were like original members of Darkest Hour, playing for them. The original drummer of Darkest Hour.
Um, I know Mike really well from
Oh,
Dark Sky,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
I also interviewed him.
Yeah.
Do you know the band Mike's in Be Well? They're pretty new.
Yeah. They're great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we saw them, like we know them, but also they were opening for 4 Year Strong and a big pop punk band. I can't.
Glory.
Newfound Glory, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We mainly just come we mainly just came for Be Well, but we kind of like we liked For Your Strong some, so we also saw them. But
Yeah.
we interviewed Mike outside of the venue because we
Oh,
didn't
awesome.
really
Yeah,
care
that's
about
great.
it. So,
Last summer, my 5-year-old was obsessed with that Be Well record, and he would
which one? The newer one or the older one?
the older one, the first one.
Right.
Yeah. Um, he would he would get my like Bluetooth speaker, and he would be like, "Daddy, put on," what did he call it? He had a funny name for it, but he would call it something, and then he would run around in circles with that Be Well record playing. It always had to be that album.
I know it's The Weight and the Cost, but like, did he call it a funny name?
Yeah, he called it like the like riot music or something. Like, I can't, it wasn't riot music, but it was like chaos music or something like that he wanted, because it was like his dance party, whenever his dance party was named, and he would just like run in circles and jump off beds and couches and stuff with my speaker in his hand.
If he sees him live, Ryan would totally pull him up to sing along. He did that to me when I was 10. It was really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what year did Cancerbats start?
We started in the band started in 2004, but I joined in 2005.
See, you guys are 20 years old now.
Yeah, technically.
You guys start early 2004 or late 2004?
It was it was kind of the summer of 2004.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
I
where's
don't know.
where's Cancerbats from?
The band started in Toronto, in Canada.
Yep.
But and so I mean, technically, we're still a Toronto band. I always say we are, but I live in Winnipeg, and our singer Liam, he lives in Halifax, and then
Nova Scotia, right?
yeah, good geography.
Yeah, I like Canada, and also I like geography.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know all 13 provinces. Well, it's two is it two territories and 10 provinces? I know, three territories
Yeah, there's 3 territories.
and there's
North-
10 provinces, right?
Yeah, there's well,
There's
Newfoundland, Labrador, I think is one.
Labrador, Nova Scotia, Quebec, Ontario,
New Brunswick.
Manitoba,
Eh,
Manitoba,
yeah,
Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. That's 7. What else is there?
there's Alberta.
Oh yeah, Alberta. I didn't think of that
Yeah.
one. Did I say Nova Scotia?
You said Nova Scotia, but you missed New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Yeah, I forgot about New Brunswick. And
Yeah.
then, so is it, if you count Newfoundland and Labrador as one, I guess it's 9 territories.
9 provinces.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
there's
provinces, and then there's Yukon, Nunavut, and Northwest Territories.
yeah. Good job.
Yeah, I got very obsessed with geography last year. I'm not too into it now, but I still can name every country and every.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, I just like figured it out somehow.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, do you have a favorite Cancerbat song?
Favorite Cancerbats song? I think we've been playing this song Hammering On recently. Our friend Brooklyn sings on the album, and she's been coming on the last few tours with us and singing the song. She does merch for us, and then sings that song with us every night.
Yeah, I saw her singing that song. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, I've been really having a lot of fun playing that song recently. So
Nice.
it's a real change of pace. There's a song off the new album called The Hoof too that's really fun to play. They're complete opposite songs. That one's really fast. Probably one of the fastest songs we have. And yeah, I'd say those two right now.
Check those both after this.
Yeah.
I'll check them out. So, what was the first punk or hardcore show you attended, and how old were you?
I was 13. Um, it was a band they were called 6 Feet. I'm gonna get this wrong. They're either 6 Feet Deep. I think they were called 6 Feet Deep because there's a band called 6 Feet Under. That's like a death metal band that started after Cannibal Corpse, but this was a Christian death metal band called 6 Feet Deep. And then and then there's a band called The Blamed, I think, that played, and it was at this there's been this like Christian run indoor skate park in Winnipeg called The Edge forever. It's in a few different locations, but in its original location they put on this show, and it was the first, like, I was 13 and my parents let me go because I guess it was Christian, so they were okay with it. And yeah, I remember being in the pit and then getting a tap on the shoulder, and it was my dad. He pulled me out and was like, "You got to go home. It's school night," kind of thing.
I feel like Christian death metal is a very, very weird combination, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Death metal is like, I mean, I guess the devil's music in that, like, their eyes. I'm just surprised that, like, it just, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's I mean, everybody's into their,
Yeah.
their thing. They want
Um. Yeah. So, what are some of your favorite bands to see live?
to. Well, I'll still say I loved watching GWAR every night. I mean,
Yeah,
it's quite the show. So, and it was fun to watch.
I love.
Uh,
Sorry, what were you saying?
well, I was gonna say, um, I just saw Comeback Kid the other night, and I mean they're very close friends, and we've spent a lot of time together, and been around that band my whole life, their whole life, I guess. But they were still awesome. It was a great show.
They
Like,
touring right
what's that?
They touring right now?
They just finished. Yeah,
Oh,
they just did a big Canadian tour.
oh, okay.
So yeah,
Well,
I got home from GWAR from the tour, and then they played in Winnipeg like 3 days later, and I
nice.
managed to pull myself off the couch and go to the show.
Yep. So at the GWAR show, crowd surfed. It was either 2 or 3 times. I think it was two.
Awesome.
I was on top of the crowd, and then I like pulled my hands up. I was like, "Right here, come on!" And
Yeah.
the singer just shot blood right into my face. It was awesome. I got a mouthful of blood.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So, where's your favorite place you've ever toured in?
I mean, one place that was really cool, we did a tour of China.
Oh, like tour?
What's that?
A whole tour in China, or just a few shows?
It was 3 shows.
I
We got there because of a festival, and then we played a show in Beijing and in Wuhan,
nice.
and we toured on the train. So we just have to like lug all our gear and on the train every day and stuff. But it was like the bullet trains everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Where's Wuhan?
Wuhan is I'm not 100% sure where in the country it is.
Right. Because I pretty much know Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Beijing.
Yeah, so I mean, Wuhan's a small city in China, and there's like 12 million people that live there. You
Oh,
know, it's kind of famous because that's where coronavirus came from.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that why you guys? Well, it's a different cancers, a different disease.
Yeah. But we were there in 2018,
Right.
just before the whole world shut down
Yeah.
shortly.
What would happen if like COVID happened and you were in China?
Oh, it would have been really bad.
Might have been there for 2 years.
Would have been stuck there for sure.
Hmm. Where
Yeah.
so where was that festival that you were talking about in?
It was in Shanghai.
Okay, so
Yeah.
trying to think. Shanghai is Shanghai north or south of Beijing? I think it's south.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Pretty
We
sure.
flew in we went into Beijing first,
Yep.
and spent the day and then saw the Great Wall of China. That's where the Great Wall of China is, yeah. So that would make sense.
All right. So yeah, we may go to Hong Kong Disney and Shanghai Disney next year.
Oh, cool.
So we go to Disney World every year. It's just like our thing in October.
Yeah.
We go for about 5 days. But next year we may do China and Hong
Cool.
Kong, which would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
really cool. Then
Yeah.
apparently the so you've been to Disney, right? Have you?
I've never been to Disney.
So do you know the Pirates of the Caribbean ride? Like, have you seen videos and stuff of it?
I think so. I think, yeah.
So the one in Florida, it's pretty good, but the
Yeah.
one in Shanghai is just amazing. It's
Okay.
awesome. So
Cool.
yeah, we've watched some videos of some of the rides, and it just looks amazing there. So I hope we get to go.
Cool. Just to let you know, I'm gonna have to leave in like 10 minutes or so, if
Yeah,
that's
that's
okay.
all good.
Yeah, I gotta pick up a 5-year-old, and if I don't get there on time, they're gonna start charging me extra.
Do you want? Yeah, I'll just see how many questions we get through, and if we have to cut out some, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I don't know. I can't think of anything crazy.
We
Horse? I ate horse once. That was good. It was actually really good. And it was like at a fancy French restaurant though.
Wow, I didn't know they eat horse in France. That's very weird.
Yeah. They it was actually in Canada. Um but
Oh,
um they I think they can only raise them in certain areas for consumption or whatever in Canada.
yeah.
So it came from Quebec, from the French part of Canada, and then
Did you did you eat anything? Did you eat like anything crazy in China?
no, I chickened out. There, we
Uh,
went to the market with all like the bugs and all that kind of stuff, like the barbecued cockroaches and whatever, spiders and stuff you could eat, but I didn't do anything crazy.
uh, if we go to China, I'm definitely eating spiders and stuff.
Nice.
I am not. Oh.
Yeah.
What was your favorite movie when you were my age?
It's probably Back to the Future.
Nice. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but I watched a good amount of it.
Yeah.
It
What's
was
your
like
favorite movie?
um so the new Evil Dead Rise, that one was pretty good. I'm not sure if it's my favorite movie though. Maybe so do you know the movie Super Troopers?
Yeah, for sure.
I like Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Also, it is really good, the horror movie.
It? Yeah.
It is really good. It might be the old one. It might be yeah, it's either the new Evil Dead, or Super Troopers.
So how old were you when you watched It for the first time?
Like it was like a month ago.
Yeah, this year.
Oh, okay. Because my
Yeah.
7-year-old loves to talk about it, and
Just
but
never watched it.
he's never seen it. Yeah,
Wow.
but he wants to talk about it, and he's really obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, did you guys watch the movie?
No, we haven't.
Oh, you guys have to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Is it 7-year-olds? It's appropriate.
Yeah, it's not it's just a little scary sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to it and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we'll watch it on Friday night.
Also, like the old It, it's not even that bad. It's PG-13.
Okay.
It's not like
It was made for TV.
yeah, it was made for TV. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you could travel to the past or the future without risk of dying or messing anything up, what year would you travel to?
I don't know. I might I don't know. That's hard. It's a tough one. I'd definitely travel to the past. My initial thought was because it's the Kids in the Pit. I would travel to like the early '80s and watch the Bad Brains or early
Yeah.
Agnostic Front shows or something like that. Go to CBGBs.
I would want to see Bad Brains and Minor Threat, like find a show. Because I bet they played shows together, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, early days of DC.
Yeah. I play in my dad's band and we cover a Bad Brain song. What's it called? The Regulator.
All right. Yeah, sick. Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to England as this is being recorded, it's Tuesday. We're leaving on Wednesday. I think this will come out on a Sunday. So
Okay.
this is-
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Playing, like a handful of shows in the UK.
Yeah, 4 shows. So it's Sheffield, Newcastle, Bristol, and Plymouth.
Cool.
Be awesome.
Random towns, but that's great.
Yeah, I mean they're not as big as like London, but they're pretty big.
Yeah. Is there like a festival or some reason?
Just shows.
The shows. Cool. Awesome. Bristol's awesome. Plymouth is great. Sheffield's amazing.
Yeah, we've only been to so in June we went to England and like I just was like with them because my dad plays drums.
Yeah.
It was I wasn't playing it.
Mhm.
To London, Plymouth, Newport, Wales.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So we also stayed in Bristol.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, 2 more questions.
Cool.
If you could tell your 12-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
Oh. Probably just keep going. I mean, when I was 12, I actually have I think I was 13 actually, but I have a Mother's Day card I gave my mom when I was 13 that said something along the lines of like, will you still love me if I get a bunch of tattoos and join a metal band and tour in the world or something like that? So I guess I knew what I wanted to do.
Yep. I mean, do you have tattoos?
Yeah.
Well, then yeah, you definitely weren't far off.
I wasn't far off. Yeah. So I think keep going, maybe try and be a little more focused in your 20s and less consumed with like just partying and, maybe be a little more focused
Nice.
in that time, a little bit wiser with my money, maybe. But, for the most part, I think I'm doing okay. So my kids aren't starving, so we're all right.
Yeah, my parents are straight edge, and I will be forever too.
Nice. That's good. I'd probably tell myself be straight edge. I was straight edge and then I quit. Don't break edge.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself.
You're not straight edge now?
No.
Oh, that's fine. So anything to add before we wrap it up?
No. No, this was awesome. As a dad of two boys, it's awesome to see you doing this and going on tour, and that's what I want my kids to do.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So thanks to Mike for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.
Bye.